about Standing Rock and how I got involved with that initiative over there. As y'all know, there's a couple of Facebook pages that throw out indigenous news and things that are happening in some of the different First Nations and stuff. And it just so happened that this one time I saw this video come through one of the pages, and it had been dated 2 weeks, right? And I said, man, that looked like something that maybe we should have heard about 2 weeks ago when it happened. And I started doing a little bit more research, asking a couple of people and friends that I had known in other places, and they had not heard anything about it yet. So I called a brother of mine and I said, you know what? I said, I feel like I need to go to North Dakota. I said, there's something there that is not being communicated. I said, and you know how I am. I don't like secondhand news. I need to know for myself. So I said, I'm leaving Friday. If you want to go with me, let's go. And so we did. We went up there, and it was a good thing. We had found out that the people had been there since April. And I said, well, you've been here since April? And I'm just now finding out about it in August. Okay, there's a problem there already, you know. And then from August, finding out, you know, that this company is based here in Texas, and that we have it in Dallas, and there's offices in Houston, and all of these things that were kept so shh, you know, and I said, man, you know, kid falls on the sidewalk, and all the news is there capturing this kid falling on the sidewalk, you know, but these big important things are happening, and no one is talking about anything. And in doing more research, there's more scandal involved with politicians being attached to these companies and things like that. And I said, okay, all right, we need to be a little bit more involved. We need to wake up. You know, it's not just, right now we're in a time where we don't just have to wake up spiritually, but we have to wake up to the world that's physically around us and the wrongs that are going on in this plane also, that have been hidden in our own sight because we have been distracted by things like reality TV shows and the things that do not matter, you know, in the comforts of our lives. And those distractions have led us into consuming things, that things are always there, you know. And one of those things that we have been consuming is fossil fuels. And we consume it at an alarming rate, you know. I didn't know until just a few months ago how much fossil fuel the world actually uses. It is very scary. And so the camps had grown there. You know, we came back to Houston. We started raising a lot of awareness. It was amazing, you know. We all really do care about what is going on in the environment. You know, if somebody tells you, hey, listen, do you understand that tomorrow your water can be gone? You got one or two people. You got people that go, that'll never happen. You know, or you have people that will go, what do you mean? And then you can start talking to them about the pipelines and the different things, the environmental impacts that it will happen. You know, telling them it's not a political thing. It is, but it's more an environmental thing. It's a life or death situation. If the water is gone, then there is no more life. That is the one foundation that I do believe that Standing Rock, the initiatives at Standing Rock has allowed people to understand, is that the simple foundation that without water there is no life, you know. And so we look at things like Standing Rock. It's beautiful. There was a lot of attention there. There was a lot of tribes coming from across the ocean, from across the nation, to gather at Standing Rock and give support to it, and that was good. We needed things like that because those things woke up not just what was happening in Standing Rock, but what was happening in the world, to the environment. What these things that we call the old devils were doing behind everybody's backs. They don't want you to know that we're going to go through this river, or that we're going to cross through these lands, or anything like that, because they want you to think, oh, Native Americans, they don't exist. Those indigenous people, like he was saying, they don't exist of that land. No. Because when they have to recognize it's true, they do have to begin to consult tribes. That's one of the big battles in Standing Rock, right? That's one of the big things that they say. You didn't consult with the tribe enough before you did this. We have rights. We have treaties. right? I believe it was Dr. King who said it very plain. He said, to America, all we're asking is that you stay true to what you put on paper, right? That's what they're asking. You said in these treaties that you would consult. And they don't want to recognize tribes like here in Texas, because then they would be what? Forced to consult with those tribes on those lands. And it's just a headache that they don't want. They don't see the sacred. They go, well, what makes this land so sacred? Was somebody buried there? No. Nobody has to be buried there for that land to be sacred. That land is sacred because, let's just say, for example, why are the montañas in Mexico for me so sacred? Because those montañas, my grandmother took me there. She walked me through there. She showed me the herbs there, right? So I will teach my children through there. I would be upset if a pipeline or something, even a road, was going through those mountains. Those mountains are sacred. We as a people also have to remember how to identify the sacred things. If someone says, oh, this right here, look, someone says these keys, right? And the priest goes, no, no, and it's sacred, right? And nobody questions that. Nobody questions it. But everybody will question, this land is sacred because our fathers have gathered here for hundreds of years. They have met over fires here. They have drank from the rivers here. They have hunted it. Because they don't understand. They see sacred as this. And we see sacred as it has been protected over the years. It has been kept safe over the years. It is a beautiful thing of creation that has been given to us to take care of. Okay? So that is what Standing Rock has done. It has woken people up to say, this is not just political. Okay? It's not just about the environment. It is all three: spiritual, political, and environmental. Wake up. In Houston, the thing that Standing Rock shows us in Houston as a community is that we have been divided for too long. I was very surprised to see how many different people from different political, spiritual, and environmental backgrounds came together for one thing: the right to say, you cannot do what you're doing, it's wrong. All the other things aside, it's wrong what you're doing. And that's the bottom line. Do you stand up for what is right or not? And if you don't, or if you ignore it, then you stand up for what is wrong. There is no gray in between that. There is only good, bad, light, and darkness. That is what is through all of the different many faiths, right? It's through all the different many cultures. Whatever we believe, there is light and darkness, good and bad, and we have a choice to make, to do good or to do bad. To ignore your mother, your earth, is bad. Okay? So as a community here, what it shows us is that we as a people were able to gather and unify for just the last 3 months. I calculated over $20,000 was raised in Houston for Standing Rock. That's just from what I know of the people that I've been dealing with alone. We did it for Standing Rock. It's time for Houstonians to do it for Texas. We have a fight in our own backyard. And just these people here together, a little is something, you know. But we have friends and we have people too. So please, if you can get involved with the efforts locally, please do. Ask yourself, what can I do? Really think about that question. Then what is it that you can do for this? We all have a talent. We all have a skill. And we can utilize it for this new camp that is starting here. Thank y'all. May y'all be